Today we will see a topic that comes under basic anatomy. Let us see the introduction. Human body consists of cells. Cells is essential for the metabolic function. The energy gained by the cell by oxygen. So, oxygen we have to take from the atmospheric. For the oxygen what is needed? The main tract is known as the respiratory tract. So, our topic today is structure of respiratory system or anatomy of respiratory system. So, let us see the respiratory system, what is the function. Function first one is exchange of gases, mainly the oxygen and carbon dioxide. Second one is respiration, that is inhalation of oxygen, exhalation of the carbon dioxide. Third one is olfactory, smell. Fourth one is sound production. Fifth one is it will have the protections of the respiratory tract. Then these are the main functions of respiratory tract. Let us discuss what are the parts of respiratory system. Parts of respiratory system mainly divided into two: upper respiratory system and lower respiratory system. Upper respiratory system mainly consists of nose and nasal cavity, then next pharynx, then next one is larynx. Lower respiratory system consists of trachea, then next one is bronchi, bronchioles, alveoli and lungs. And mainly the pleural cavities are there, that is the layers, and accessory muscles are there, that is intercostal muscles and the diaphragm. So, respiratory system mainly of respiratory zone is there, that is the respiratory zone and conducting zone is there. Conducting zone mainly passage of the air, respiratory zone that is exchange of gases is present. Next we will discuss about what are the parts that comes under the upper respiratory tract. So, first one is nose and the nasal cavity. Nose we can visible outside, it consists of nares or the nostrils. External nostrils connect to the external and internal nostril connect to the pharynx. So, nose is covered by ciliated, it consists of ciliated cells are there and covered by cartilage and covered by the skin. And nose consists of a fold of mucosal fold is there, that is known as the nasal concave, and the nasal cavity is divided by a septum. And in the nasal cavity we can see the hard palate portion and soft palate portion also, and this will go with the filtration of air. And we can see the paranasal sinuses. So, these are the spaces that formed on the bones that will connect to the nasal cavity. So, mainly sphenoid bone, ethmoid bone, then frontal bone and maxillary bone. So, their cavities are there that will connect it to the nasal cavity with the help of duct. And then next function of the nose, we can go with air conduction, smell is there, resonance, humidification or filtration of air is there. Next one is pharynx. Pharynx, it is the funnel shape organ structure, and it is of 12 to 14 centimeter long, and this pharynx mainly consists of three parts are there. One is nasopharynx, oropharynx and laryngopharynx. First we will see about nasopharynx. Nasopharynx it is present superior and posterior to the nasal cavity, behind the nasal cavity, and here the eustachian tube of the middle ear will be connecting, and here consists of that is a adenoid tonsil is present. This consists of lymphoid tissues. Till 7 years this will be active in the child. Next one is oropharynx. Oropharynx middle portions that is behind the oral cavity, that is conduction of food, passage of the food. Next one is laryngopharynx, that is laryngopharynx connection with the oropharynx, and this is mainly for the conduction of the air and the food. This pharynx mainly of three layers are there. Pseudociliated layer is there, mucus layer is there, fibrous layer is there, and connective tissues layers are there. Next we will discuss about what is mean by larynx. Larynx mainly it is known as the voice box, and the larynx it is a short cylindrical in shape, mainly of 5 centimeter long, and larynx consists of numerous cartilages is there, mainly 9 cartilages is there, 3 of unpaired and 3 of paired is there. In that 8, one is hyaline cartilage, one is elastic cartilage. So, hyaline cartilage like one thyroid cartilage, then next one is cricoid cartilage, cuneiform cartilage, then next if you see cruicate cartilage is present. Next one is epiglottis. Epiglottis, it is an elastic cartilage. So, these are the main cartilage. This will help the function of conduction of the air. The next one is resonance. It will protect the lower respiratory tract, production of voice, and this will go with the humidification and filtration of the air. Next we will see what are the parts that comes under the lower respiratory tract. That first one is trachea. Trachea, if you see this is otherwise known as the windpipe. Windpipe that is conducting of the air, and trachea consists of 15 to 20 cartilages are there, irregular shape cartilages, hyaline cartilages are present in the trachea. Trachea is 4 to 5 inches long or 11 centimeter long is there, and this trachea is very much essential in the respiratory system. At the sternal costal region of the cornea, this is divided into 2 tubes are there, that is primary bronchi and the secondary bronchi. Next we will discuss about bronchi. Bronchus, it is the conducting branched system of respiratory tract. So many branches is there in the bronchi. Bronchi is starting from the trachea, and it consists of primary bronchus, left bronchi is there, right bronchi is there. Left bronchi consists of right bronchi is more wider and the shorter and more vertical is there, and it is divided into secondary bronchi. Then secondary bronchi changes into tertiary bronchi. Tertiary bronchi goes as a terminal bronchus, and this bronchi is essential for the conduction of the air. Bronchoconstriction and bronchorelaxation is there due to the sympathetic and parasympathetic nerve supplies. Starting cartilages will be there, later smooth muscles will be present. Next one is alveoli. Alveoli, it is the functional unit of the lungs. Mainly this terminal bronchioles will be branched into respiratory bronchioles, and respiratory bronchioles changed as a sockets or pockets that is formed in the lungs. So, that is known as the alveoli. In the lungs, if you see so much of millions of alveoli, that is 200 to more than 500 million of alveoli is present. So, as a result the lungs will be very much spongy in nature. So, the alveoli, if you see 3 types of cells is there. Type 1 cells, it is simple squamous epithelium cells are there. The next one is type 2 cells, that is septal cells, that will secrete the surfactants that is maintain the lung maturations and lubrications of the lungs, and hydrophilic and hydrophobic cells are there, and type 3 that is ductal cells that will secrete the macrophages. Mainly exchange of gases and the protection of the lungs will be there in the alveoli. Next one is lungs. There are 2 lungs is present, conical in shape, present inside the thoracic cavity, separated by the mediastinum. Right lungs having the 3 lobes, left lung having the 2 lobes. Right lung divided by the oblique and horizontal fissures, left lung divided by the oblique fissures, and when you see left lung will be smaller, lighter than the right lung will be heavier. Left lung 550 gram, right lung will be 600 gram will be there. In the left lung we can see the cardiac notch, in the right lung it is present superior to the liver. Next another one is pleural cavity, that is the cavity that is present in the lungs. There are mainly 2 layers are there. inner, that is the visceral layer, outer, that is the parietal layer. Then in between pleural fluids are there, that will prevent the friction and lubrication of the lungs. Last one is the accessory structures, that is known as the muscles. Mainly intercostal muscles are there. Two types are there, internal intercostal muscles, external intercostal muscles, and diaphragm. Diaphragm, it is the dome shaped muscles that will separate the thoracic cavity and the abdominal cavity. These muscles are very much essential for the inhalation and exhalation of the gases with the help of sympathetic and parasympathetic reflexes. So as a nurse, we should know about the basic structure of the respiratory tract, and we can correlate this with the disease conditions and the applied anatomy. So today class we have seen about the respiratory system, functions, what are the upper respiratory tract, lower respiratory tract, and what is their function, pleural cavity, and the muscles, accessory muscles. So today I am signing off, Mrs. Nima. Next video we will meet again. Thank you.